Racism. Racism has existed throughout human history. It may be defined as the hatred of one person by another, or the belief that another person is less than human because of skin color, language, customs, place of birth, or any factor that supposedly reveals the basic nature of that person. It has influenced wars, slavery, the formation of nations, and legal codes. But for the record, we're going to talk only about the racism based on color.
The problem is bigger than what we think it is and deserves more attention because the black people suffer a lot from it, way more than we think. They suffer from rejection, police brutality, civil wars, inability to find work, and adequate housing, which leads to a lack of self-confidence and self-esteem as well as depression, and in some cases suicide for these people.
But the racism is not something recent. It comes from very old societies where the white population were taking control of everything and made black people their own slaves by giving them the most difficult and complicated jobs to do. And ever since, racism propagated like a virus between people, which prompts us to ask the following question: is racism innate or acquired?
Well, we might think that it can be innate, but the following video shows us that we all born innocent and equal. And there is the experiment called the doll experiment, which was run on kids that are a bit older and shows the opposite. I'm leaving you with the video so you can see yourself.
Can you show me the doll that is the nice doll? And why is that the nice doll?
She's white.
And can you show me the doll that looks bad? Okay. And can you give, and why does that look bad?
Because it's black.
And why do you think that's a nice doll?
Because she's white.
Show me the good child. Why is she the good child?
Because I think she looks like me.
Okay. Show me the bad child. Why is she the bad child?
Because she's a lot darker.
¿Cuál muñeco es malo? Este. ¿Y por qué? Porque, bueno, este es moreno y este es blanco.
So, this can be explained by the influence of the internet and cartoons. For instance, we rarely see a black hero in cartoon movies or just a pretty or nice black cartoon character, especially in the old ones. Do you think this is a coincidence?
And one of the greatest manifestations of racism during the last decades is the murder of George Floyd, which was only a few weeks ago, and yet it became a big source of interest on all social media platforms around the globe. This man, who was arrested for literally no reason, was murdered by some extremely cold-blooded racist police officers and died saying, "I can't breathe," which became basically a viral sentence. He made millions of Americans go out and ask for their rights and for peace under the slogan Black Lives Matter.
When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. described his hope for living in a color-blind world, he did not mean that we should ignore race. It's impossible to eliminate racism without first acknowledging race. Being colorblind ignores a significant part of a person's identity and dismisses the real injustices that many people face as a result of race. We must see color in order to work together for equity and equality.
Malcolm X is an American Muslim who spent his life fighting racism. He said he has never been somewhere with no racism till he visited Mecca, when he was going on a pilgrimage, where people from all races, colors, and genders were all united to pray for Allah without the white privilege, and concluded that Islam might be the solution to stop racism. As he said in his own words,
"There were tens of thousands of pilgrims from all over the world. They were of all colors, from blue-eyed blondes to black-skinned Africans. But we were all participating in the same ritual, displaying a spirit of unity and brotherhood that my experiences in America had led me to believe never could exist between the white and the non-white. America needs to understand Islam. because this is the one religion that erases from its society the race problem. Throughout my travels in the Muslim world, I have met, talked to, and even eaten with people who in America would have been considered white. But the white attitude was removed from their minds by the religion of Islam. I have never before seen sincere and true brotherhood practiced by all colors together, irrespective of their color.
As a conclusion, no one has the right to judge the other persons on their physical appearances or their skin colors, because we are far from being perfect to do so, since our bodies were not chosen by ourselves, and the same thing applies for everybody else. Our bodies are only a mass of bones that carries our souls, and we must protect them from any evil.